Educational Passages. Welcome.
Juliet. And this is Juliet. She's from Maine and she's helping launch another mini boat over in Waterville.
Could you go next door? Class.
Building. I need to focus.
Oh my God.
Okay. Can we hear? All right. Can you hear us? Do you have a little more volume in there? Like okay. All right. Can you hear?
Volume on the tablet, good?
Yeah.
All right. Terrific. Good morning, middle school. Morristown Baird, a big hello from Barryroe National School in County Cork. All right, we had a few technical difficulties, but I think we're about ready to get going. I'm so happy that you could join us this morning. I'm here in the 6th class with their teacher, Miss Sinead Walsh, and she and the rest of her class are here. We have a really special surprise for those of you who had pen pals last year. Her students who graduated have returned specifically to be able to be part of the Zoom for today. So they're in the back row. So how about those of you who were here last year? Give a big wave, pen pals. We're here, yeah. All right, I want to do a few introductions. As I said, I'm here in the classroom with Miss Walsh, the classroom teacher. Also with us is Billy McCarthy, who is our boat finder, who found the boat with his daughter Katie, is here with us as well. We also have Rory Jackson, who is our marine educator. Some of you met Rory last year when we were doing Zooms. And lastly, I have Cassie Stymist is here. She's the Director of Educational Passages. And Juliet Flutie, her student intern, is here as well. As you guys know, I'm spending 10 days in Ireland. I got here on Sunday. And we're spending the 10 days visiting 3 schools that have a mini boat connection. So yesterday we visited a 4th class school, and today we're at Barryroe, and then later this week we'll be going to Galway up on the coast. I think as most of you guys know, as an educator, anytime that you can make any connection with students from another country, really broadens your vision of what life is like and your experience in the world. I think we got a really good sense through the pen pal exchange, the values and the beliefs and the experiences of the Barryroe students here, and I'm thinking that they learned a lot about you as well in the process. I'd like to we're going to start out the morning. We're going to have a couple parts to this. I'd like to be able to show you a video that gives us a nice overview of the program. For those of you who are new, we have a couple new Barryroe students here in the 6th class that know a little bit about it, but have a video to show you just to give you the whole overview of the program, and then be able to take a look at where those mini boats are located right now, because they were just, our dual launch boats were just launched on Saturday. So
The day we left.
the day we left, so we'll get you up to speed. So why don't we start off with the video that I put together that Ms. Trout, if you put that on, we'll enjoy that. Okay, I guess if the music isn't going to play. So the first set of slides is when my students were making Crimson Current. And so this is my 6th grade class. We're putting it together. These are some of the items that
We have them all
Billy
here.
probably remembers. Okay, the play is playing at their place, but not ours. Okay, and so we got the mini boat and put it on the Independent Horizon in April of 2022. Launched off the coast of, you can see here, we're right here, we got sort of 2 tracks here. And here we are.
So Billy and Katie step in.
The magical cave.
Oh yeah, lovely.
There you are. There we are.
I do remember that day.
Yeah,
I do remember that day, yeah.
I do, very well.
And then he came in with the walking.
The screws that took like 3 hours to undo.
I know. So that's my classroom back at school.
There's your letters.
It's Riel.
You guys recognize your pen pals?
You want Halloween? My students got a big kick out of the Halloween.
The Christmas batch?
We have our big Christmas.
Crimson Tide joining the crew.
Yep, so that's
The
our
fleet.
boat from last year, and we sent you that sail. Those are the boys that worked on it and sent you the sail. And we got our boat all finished, and this is outside of the school.
He did loads of work on that space, he did really well, yeah. We were stenciling on the Vietnam Aura along the side, remember that?
That's the podcast we just listened to on the way here.
And that's on the ships, and they look good. So off we go again, off the coast of the United States. And as you know, they got picked up by fishermen. There's Nadine.
Our winter adventure to Nantucket.
So we were supposed to visit the school, but there was a snowstorm, and so we could not go to the school. So we got the boats out of the school and went to the teacher's house and worked on them before getting them back to Cape Cod.
Captain Lynn.
were trying to get them then to a fisherman who was going to take them out. There you are. Look at how beautiful your boat looks.
We loved seeing all your names on the boat when we were in Nantucket. It was so awesome to
She
see.
signed it as well, didn't she? Remember she? Yeah.
All right. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Yay! All right. So just sort of filling you in. Many of you at school didn't know that after Nantucket, we picked up the boats and gave them to Captain Len, who met us on Cape Cod, and then he gave them to a longline fisherman who was going out of Chatham off the continental shelf. So because of the weather, a lot of the deployment plans got stalled, but then on Saturday I got word that that the fisherman, Captain Greg, was able to deploy them off the continental shelf. And he wanted me to make sure that my New Jersey students knew that he deployed them right off of, I think it's like 70 miles off the New Jersey coast. So I'm going to have Miss Trout in a second here, if she can pull up kind of the maps that I've made up, and we can take a look at where the Barryroe boat and the Morristown Baird boats are located. And I'm going to kind of walk you through that. So I'm going to be kind of addressing the students here at Barryroe, but I think you can hear me. All right. So a little bit of geography for the United States. So this is what is Cape Cod. It's part of the state of Massachusetts. Cassie and I went to the island of Nantucket. That's where Nadine's aunt left, where she lives, and I know Nadine made a trip at Thanksgiving there. This is the island of Martha's Vineyard. Oh, I shouldn't touch that. So both of the mini boats were launched here on Saturday, and Cassie and I were getting a little bit nervous because once they got launched, they immediately started heading towards Long Island, and Long Island is part of New York State, and I think probably most of you have heard of New York City, so that's part of New York State, where New York City is located. So quickly went west, and luckily a couple days ago, made the turn and headed back west. And you can see here's Crimson Current, and this is Crimson Tide. Next slide, please.
Like a fire.
All right. One of the things that you can do, all of the students can do at Morristown Baird and here at Barryroe, is use the Educational Passages website to put down the path analysis tool. And this is a really cool feature to follow your mini boat. One of the features is that you can overlay what the winds look like. And you can see here, if you see the wind staff, it's pointing the direction of where the wind is going. So what we're getting some favorable winds that are pushing the mini boats heading east, which is what we want them to do. We want to get them out towards the Gulf Stream. Next slide. Okay, ocean waves. There's another feature where you can actually put down the ocean waves layer and see not only the direction, it will give you arrows, so we've got waves that are heading out towards the east, but it also gives you the wave height. So red is going to be indicating something around roughly 3 meters or so and plus. All right, next slide. All right, this is going to give you the actual currents. Now, I've put 2 boats up here, and 3 boats actually. Your boats and our boats are the ones that are up here in the corner. So you can see we're off the U.S. Not quite out into the main stream. Can you all see the pattern or the track of this boat? Can you see anything with the colors on the map? I don't know if you can see from the back, but it looks. Can you see the green from the back? Do you see how it's a little bit of a different color? Like you'll see a lot of blue arrows on either side, but can you see a slightly different color here in the middle? Okay. the Gulf Stream. That's the Gulf Stream that goes up along the coast of the United States. It's a warmer. I like to think of the Gulf Stream kind of like as almost like a conveyor belt, right? It's a little bit warmer and it's moving. And the boat that you see here is called Crimson Cyclone. My sixth graders who are back at Morristown Baird just launched this boat last month. And off the coast of the United States, off the coast of North Carolina, one of our eastern states. And look at the path that it's taking. It's going right up the Gulf Stream, just like a conveyor belt. So it gives you an idea of what that's like. Okay, Caitlin, I'd like you, let's open, if you can just switch off. I'd like to do a little bit of asking students, where do you think the mini boats will go? And if any of my students from the middle school want to come to the microphone and give a guess or give a thought, and then I'll ask the same of you. If anyone would like to project, where do you think the mini boats will go? Your mini boat from Barryroe and our Crimson Tide. Any Barryroe students think of where that mini boat might go? Do you want to stand up and maybe they can at least see you, and maybe I'll sort of, yeah, oh, whoever. Sure.
Maybe like Island France, but the one that's like on the Gulf already seems to be coming back to us.
Okay, all right. So those here are saying that the mini boats that the Barryroe boat and the Crimson Tide might be heading towards France, but they're thinking that maybe the sixth grade boat, the Cyclone, will be coming to Ireland. Wouldn't that be something if your sixth grade boat, those of you back at MBS, if the sixth grade boat landed in Ireland? I'd have to come back again. Okay. All right, question. Yep.
I think I'm Adam, and I think it may go to Ireland, but I think it's going to go to Portugal.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. All right. Next. Any other predictions?
Predictions, questions, comments? We had some earlier.
Hey, Jay.
I think it's going to go to Spain.
Okay, Spain. All right, that's a possibility. Do you think that's possible? I know you talked a little bit with Rory about ocean currents. Are Spain and France possible places where the boats could land? Yeah, absolutely. We've had mini boats. We've had a mini boat land actually in Spain and in France, and the Crimson Tide landed on the island of Guernsey in the English Channel. That first boat. Yeah.
I think that it would kind of go to Morocco or somewhere.
Go towards Morocco. Okay, we have Morocco as a possibility. All right, excellent. Any other?
Any other?
All right. Yeah. Iceland. Oh, that would be, okay. Iceland is a possibility. All right.
I think it's going to go to West Turkey.
Okay. Ooh, that would be something. That would be a, yeah. All right. Okay.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and
Hey, Olivia.
I'm to somewhere in Europe.
Okay, can you be more specific?
Like,
Where do you think?
Here, like in England or France, maybe.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you for that. All right. Excellent. Okay. Okay. What I thought I would do, oh, go ahead. Yeah. Is that
I think it's gonna go up to Canada.
go up to Canada? Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we hope not, but thank you for that prediction. All right. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
You think it's going to go
Julia, where, Julia? Ireland again. All right, okay, Julia, one question. Julia, come here. All right. What do you think the chances are that it's going to land somewhere near Barry's Cove again?
The chances are pretty good.
All right, I like your optimism. All right, that's great. That's great.
Billy, will you help us out again if that happens?
Yeah. So what I thought I would do now, just because I know that a couple of the 8th graders need to go from back at school for another commitment. Why don't we open the mic up? I know that some of the students have maybe questions of you. We were at a school yesterday, and the students were very interested in, life in the U.S., school in the U.S., and you may have some questions of them. So why don't we take, for those of you that are staying, take a few minutes to talk, have an opportunity to ask a question.
Where do you think it's gonna land?
Oh, hey, thanks, Henry. I'm thinking, you know what? I gotta go with Ireland again. I'm pretty partial now to Ireland and the people here, so I guess I'm hoping that it'll go back to Ireland. How about you, Henry?
I think it's gonna land in Portugal.
All right. Okay. Well, that may be one of my next stops, so maybe we'll have to go there as well. All right. I have someone from Barryroe here ready with a question. Here you go. Want to say your name?
My name is Alex.
What's your question?
I've always wondered how grades work, because we only have first class to sixth class and all that.
Okay.
They have
Okay. This is already one of my students.
Here at our middle school, we have 6th grade through 8th grade. Then in our upper school, there's 9th through 12th. But before we come here in elementary school, we have like 1st through 5th.
So a lot of American schools.
in the back.
Yeah, a lot of American schools are like kindergarten through 4th grade. Then you would go to a different school for like 5th or 6th grade through 8th grade, and then high school would be 9th grade till 12th grade, and then university after that. All right, good. Anybody else have a question?
Question on this
I need to, how long?
One second. Okay. Nice and loud, Ethan.
How long's your school day?
How what?
How long's your school day?
Okay. How long is your school day? 6 hours. Did you hear that? 6 hours. Start. Oh. Okay. So, MBS students, they start school at 9 a.m.
Okay, so sorry, Ms. Montgomery, they're a little envious over here with the 6 hours.
I know.
Now, you start at 8, you go to sports block at around 2. So you're really about similar, okay? And Ms. Watson, you were saying that school starts at what time? What time does school start, you said?
Wait, okay. Okay. One more time, Alonda.
What time does school start? You were saying that, what time does it start?
Okay, 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Okay, they start at 9 and end at 3.
Yeah, and then Lisa.
So we start at 8 o'clock and end at 3:20. But we have athletic sports practice at 20 after 2 to 3:20. So for an hour, we have athletics.
Sorry, Lisa.
Oh, hold on.
Lisa, hold on. As well, our first years have moved, so like they were 6th class last year, so their day is a little bit longer. We finish at about 4 o'clock some days, and it's 3:30. On a Monday and Tuesday, 4 o'clock.
That's still starting at 9?
Yeah.
Eric, hang on 1 second. So Ms. Walsh was explaining that those students who graduated last year from 6th class are now at different schools. And they have, I think, a considerably longer day once they've moved up. But at least for the 6th class here, they have that 9 o'clock start. So, Derek, what's your question?
What different classes do you have?
What are the kind of classes?
Yeah, what different classes you have? Like, what different classes do you have?
Okay. So does anyone? Mrs., you can come sit and talk. I don't have to interpret. You want to come in?
Buddy system.
Say what class you're in.
You want to sit down? We can sit.
What are the classes? What are the
Oh, sorry. English, maths, Irish, geography.
All right, very good. That is a good question. Yep. Yep. Okay. Thanks,
Hi to the students in my time here. So my name's Mira, and I'm one of the students that would have been doing pen pals last year. And I have now moved on to secondary school, which our schools are in the near town of Clonakilty. And so when I'm there, we have our standard English, Irish, maths, and then we have a choice between French or German in my school for our other language, and I did French. We also have history, geography, religion, CSPE, SPHE. They're kind of pretty much just well-being and stuff and safety. So they don't really extend that much further. And then we have our 6 option subjects, which in our school we study for the whole of first year, but then we have to choose 3 of them. So our 6 options would be science, business studies, art, applied technology, music, home economics, and what's the other one?
Did you say technology?
Yeah. What's the other one?
Music.
What's that music?
She said art.
Music, science, business, home ec, and tech. Yeah, I did actually get them. And then you choose 3. Then in the end you have to choose 3, so like at the end of the year. We're making our choice now, and I went for science, business studies, and music. And then as well, we also have a double PE session once a week. So that's like, we do gymnastics, we do dance, we do hockey, we do things like that basically. So yeah, it's very different primary school, and I really like it because it's so different. Because here we stay in one classroom all day, we don't change, but then in secondary school we're changing around subjects and changing around teachers, and it's a lot to get used to at the start. So that's kind of it. That's basically what we study.
How did you like the pen pals? Do you want to say something about the pen pals? Yeah, do you want to say, did you enjoy that?
And your teacher Lisa, she was saying, do I want to say anything about pen pals? And so yeah, I actually do. So I was writing to Brielle and to Kira, and that was actually so much fun because I don't know, I was so excited when I heard about it first, because it's always seemed to me like such a Mallory Towers, their books.
Are they there? They're coming out.
I'm sure it's
I just realised the actual camera is straight in front of me and not up at the top, so I'm staring at the ceiling the whole time. Hi. Kind of what I was saying about pen pals is I was so excited because to me it's always been like kind of such a Mallory Towers thing. They're like books about this boarding school that I used to read when I was younger. It always seemed to me such a Mallory Towers thing, and it was like if you had a pen pal, you were like just so cool. And then I got 2 of them, and I was so excited. Like there were these people like thousands of kilometers away, and I was just kind of writing to them. And it was actually quite like having family on the other side of the country. I think not country, on the other side of the world. It's actually so cool. I just loved it so much. And now it's like we're in secondary school and we don't write anymore, and it's kind of like something's missing.
Oh. Amira, good girl. Thank you so much. She needs a bit of
Say something. I don't know if we got cut off. We got bumped off.
They're so shy.
Okay, I have another student who has a question, so I'm going to let
Emma.
This is Emma.
Hi. What's it like not having to wear a uniform all day? And what is it like not having to wear a uniform all day?
It's pretty nice. We have a strict dress code, but
Pretty relaxed. This is Lucy. Lucy is one of my students, and she is going to, in the mini boat, we had put sort of a favorite candy called Fun Dip into the mini boat. It's a kind of candy. I'll show you. Hang on. Where's my bag? Can you grab me some Fun Dip? I don't have so many kids. I can't get them all out.
Probably not expired either. It's American
I'm
candy.
explaining. All right. So I don't know if you have Fun Dip here in. We have some, and I have Lucy is going to tell us about this. So Lucy, go ahead. We're going to kind of end with you telling us about that.
Hello. So unfortunately, we do not have that exact type of Fun Dip, but we have something with a similar concept, so you can kind of just like follow along, I guess. So there's 2 separate. So it's this thing. It's more of like a baby bottle shape, and your Fun Dip comes in 2 different parts. One of them has this little white stick. It's kind of vanilla flavored, and that's what you use as a utensil, but you can also eat it. So you take the stick, and then you're gonna dip it in the other side, which has a packet. So you lick it to make it like kind of stick. and then you just like finish the whole thing.
All right. All right, thank you, Lucy. That was a great explanation. Yay!
So if you want, maybe a student can over there can have some.
Okay, what was that?
Maybe a student over there can try some.
Yes, we definitely will be doing that. We definitely will be doing that. All right. Okay, so we have one last thing I want to show. I'm going to give this to your teacher. Oh my gosh. So Barryroe students, I'm going to give your teacher, Miss Walsh, some of the things. She'll take it home.
She's taking it all home.
We have a fun dip. We have a tracking map that we have. To follow the boat. Okay. So maybe you can put this in your classroom.
Do you have any more wall space?
We have pencils for Morristown Baird School.
Wait for the stickers.
Stickers from Morristown Baird School. And school lanyards from the school are given to you. I see that we're up against time. Thank you to everyone here at Barryroe, and thanks to all of you back at MBS. Miss you. Hope you're having a great day there. You're just starting your day. It's now almost lunchtime here. But again, it's great streaming in with you, and I don't know where I'll be next, but you never know when I might pop up on a middle school meeting or a mini meeting day. So thanks for everything. We'll see you soon, and I'll give you some updates on Google Classroom. Bye.
Does your class
This is Tom Maxwini, and you remember first years when we went to let the mini boat go in Ringaskiddy last year, Tom was there to record the event as well. So now
and we're just going to record the two teachers for about 5 minutes. Lisa, tell me first of all, for our podcast, for our marine pod, what are you doing here at Barryroe National School?
Okay, Tom, as you know, our mini boat, Crimson Current, had landed here in Barry's Cove in 2022. And so, obviously it was brought here to the Barryroe School, and Sinead and her class were generous enough to work on it, to help us with getting it back in the water, and connecting with my students and writing letters and with a pen pal exchange, and also connecting with a number of Zooms over the course of the year. Obviously we know that Sinead and her students were able to bring their mini boat down to the Port of Cork at the end of the school year. In the meantime, my school was working on another mini boat, at the time Crimson Tide, and the ICL ship came around and picked up her boat in Cork and picked up our boat in Philadelphia, and then we're able to relaunch the boat, both mini boats at the same time off the coast of North Carolina. So I have a sabbatical this year from my school for the first semester, and so it's always been my dream to be able to go to some of the places where our mini boats have landed over the years. We've had a mini boat, of course, here in Ireland. We've had a mini boat land on the island of Guernsey, in France, and also in Portugal. So I'm hoping to be able to go and see some of those places. And you know, the state of New Jersey where I teach borders the Atlantic Ocean. And I really want to be able to interact with people who live in sort of oceanside communities and talk to them about, you know, their connection to the ocean. You know, my students were an inland school, even though we border the ocean. We're several, you know, an hour and a half away from the ocean. And, you know, my students interact with the ocean, I think, more recreationally than they do maybe seeing it as sort of part of the economy. So I want to be able to bring those stories back, you know, meeting students that live in, you know, in areas that border the ocean, and what's their interaction and their connection, and how do they value the ocean.
Sinead, it's been a bit unique because the class has been linking up right across the states from the classroom. So what's the value of it for Barryroe National School?
It's fabulous. Do you know what is amazing actually? It's an ongoing process. It hasn't been just one class that has benefited. You know, I suppose our first years or our last year's sixth class have returned to us, which I think shows, you know, the strength of their interest in the project as well. You could see here today, you know, some of the girls were linking up with the pen pals that they wrote over the last year. Now we're a whole year and a half ahead, and we have a new class that's going to enjoy this process again, linking up with students, looking at the currents, you know, looking at our oceans, and we've been very lucky. It's lovely to see Lisa here today, to see Cassie here today, but to have Billy and Katie and Rory as well is wonderful. Because I think this is a project that we've all been working on, maybe individually and at times together, but now we're all here today to celebrate it. And this is something, Lisa, you've been doing with years. It's I suppose it's new for us, you know, it's been a year and a half, but in that year and a half, we've gotten so much out of it already. Both the teachers, but the kids hugely, so it's been a wonderful, wonderful process for them.
Lisa, does it end here now, or is there a continuity to go on from here?
Well, no, I think it does go on, and I'm glad that Sinead also, you know, said that, you know, it's sort of ongoing. We were just talking about trying to, with her class this year, with her sixth class, to connect with my students back in New Jersey this year. So I think it's, you know, it's being able to keep those connections going, and finding ways in which we can kind of weave the mini boat and ocean education and ocean literacy into the curriculum and be able to connect in some of those points. My hope is that, you know, again, if, you know, if there's time in the curriculum for Sinead and I to kind of have at least an ongoing opportunity for our students to be at least pen pals, have that cultural connection, but also being able to take advantage of Rory's expertise, Billy's expertise as someone who really engages with the ocean on an everyday basis. How can we kind of bring those stories and, you know, those narratives into the classroom?
So you sail forward for another year at least, Sinead?
Sail forward for another year. Who knows? Who knows what the high seas hold? But yeah, let's see where Crimson Current for Namara, and Crimson Tide. Let's see what journey they take us on next, I suppose. Yeah.
So let me finally ask the pupils: did you learn a lot about the marine from this project?
Yes.
And prepare to go forward?
Yes.
Thank you all very much.